Hey, what's going on everybody? Commander Crane here, and we are back with the first video of our little mini-series here of the best blank in Magic. So today, we're going to be talking about the best dinosaurs in Magic. So, criteria for the list as well as a little bit of backstory. So, I'm not going to name the website, but there is a very popular Magic article website where they've been talking about the best blank, like the best of a creature type, the best from a set, the best in whatever, and I feel like every single list I looked at, I highly disagreed with the order and the cards that were included and the cards that weren't included. So I kind of figured I would start doing my own little series on that. So today, we're talking about the best dinosaurs. So this is current day dinosaurs. This is not of all, I mean, it's kind of all time, but not really. So this is talking about current, like 2023 best dinosaurs in the game. That's including all formats of all play levels and everything. So I know if you're like, oh, this dinosaur is really good in my CEDH deck, well, it's not better than all the other ones on this list if it's not on there. So again, this is also my personal opinion. At the end of the video, let me know what your opinion is on the best dinosaurs in Magic. So I've got the top 10 dinosaurs. We're going to talk about them right now. So all right. Number 10, we have Marauding Regisaur. Marauding Regisaur is it's a very, very good dinosaur in general. Obviously, it's a 7/6 for 3 mana. Yes, at your upkeep, you discard a card, but it doesn't even matter because half the time, the decks that are playing this either don't mind discarding the cards because Marauding Regisaur is just that big, or they don't mind putting cards in their graveyard, whether or not you're playing a graveyard synergy deck or you just want to turn the creature sideways. Marauding Regisaur is an absolute stud of a Magic card. It sees a little bit playing Commander, mostly just because it's really, really big and it helps fill your graveyard. It's been a card that's seen play in Modern on and off. A lot of time the graveyard decks like Dredge will bring this in the sideboard just because, if their opponents are going to be shutting off their graveyard, they're just going to beat you down with a 7/6. So, and it's very, very good in Pioneer. It was good in Standard at the time because of Embercleave. You attack, Embercleave, and you just kill him with Marauding Regisaur. So, Marauding Regisaur is, in my opinion, the 10th best dinosaur in the game. All right, number 9, we have Zakama Primal Calamity. Definitely a Commander All-Star for sure. Zakama also has a lot of combo potential for sure in the format. It's also a very, very good card in Lotus combo in Pioneer. They usually bring him in out of the sideboard. Definitely very, very good. So Zakama is just a really cool dinosaur in general also. I mean, I really like the design. It's a 9/9 for 9 mana with 3 abilities that, all tap for 3. It's a very appealing Magic card. So Zakama is at number 9. Number 8, we have Rampaging Frost. So, Rampaging Frost has quite the history. So, if we were talking all-time dinosaurs, like in their given format, Rampaging Frost would be number 1 because it's the only one on this list that has been banned. So, it was banned in Standard, it was seen as too good. Spoiler alert, it really, really wasn't, but that's beside the point. Rampaging Frost is an absolute fantastic card. Hasn't really seen a lot of play in Modern, but in Pioneer, it has seen a lot of play in a lot of different red decks, including dinosaur decks, just traditional Mono Red Obosh. It's definitely a very, very good card there. Commander, they really only want this in dinosaur decks specifically, but the players can't gain life can be extremely relevant. If your opponent's playing a ton of tokens, the enter the battlefield trigger is really, really fantastic on Rampaging Frost. So, Rampaging Frost, absolutely fantastic dinosaur. All right, number 7, we have a little bit of a tie here. I know it's cheating, but they're very, very similar cards. Tyrant Rex and Carnage Tyrant, both, hexproof and pseudo-hexproof cards that can't be countered. Basically, they go onto the board. They're generally the biggest creatures and the biggest dinosaurs on the board, and they're very, very hard to remove. So, both are very, very fantastic cards, both very, very good in Commander. Obviously, still, they're like big dummies that people really can't answer very well. There's another card, which, spoiler, is on the list. It's very, very nice when you attack with it and you get to put these in play, which is just awesome because they're just these big, big, giant, death lizards, which is just fantastic. So, Tyrant Rex, Carnage Tyrant, both very, very good dinosaurs, and that's why they are on the list. Alrighty, number 6, we have Galta, Primal Hunger, the biggest dinosaur on the list, and I believe the biggest dinosaur in Magic. It's a 12/12. It's huge. but the best part about it is it's essentially 2 mana most of the time. It was a pretty solid player in Standard when it was in Standard. See some Fringe Pioneer play, very, very popular kitchen table card, as well as sees a decent amount of play in Commander. You know, even if you're not playing a dinosaur deck, Galta Primal Hunger is certainly very, very good. If you're playing big green creatures, you're definitely going to want Galta Primal Hunger for sure in your deck. All right, so now we're getting to the top 5. We're getting to some very spicy cards here. So number 5, we have Ripjaw Raptor. You know, fantastic stats. It's a 4/5 for 4, and whenever still damage, you get to draw a card, which synergizes with a ton of different dinosaurs and dinosaur mechanics. I can't think of all of them right now, but essentially there's a lot of self-enrage. I know there's like the 4 runners or whatever from Rivals of Ixalan. It's like whenever a dinosaur enters, it deals 1 damage to each creature, so then you play this and you draw another card. Obviously, if your opponent is playing like an Anger of the Gods or anything, you get to draw a card off of that. Essentially, you're just always drawing cards. It makes your opponent not want to block it, so therefore they're taking damage. And since you're playing dinosaurs, most of the time you want to be dealing damage anyways. So, Ripjaw Raptor, very, very cool, fun card. It was not super good in Standard, but it does see some Fringe Pioneer play. Obviously, a lot of Commander play. The card is very, very good and very, very underrated, might I add. Alrighty, number 4 on the list, we have Geshoff Son's Avatar. Geshoff is just everything that dinosaur players want out of a dinosaur. Obviously, the trample, vigilance, and haste, it just gets in there right away. Then when it deals damage, you just reveal cards and put even more dinosaurs into play. It is a very, very, very fantastic commander. Half the time, you don't even need the damage trigger and putting dinosaurs in play. It itself is just a 7/6 with trample, vigilance, and haste. Most of the time, is just good enough to get the game over with. You don't need the other dinosaurs. Geshoff, very, very fantastic card. I'd love to see more play than just in Commander, but it's very, very hard to cast outside of it. But in that format, it is a awesome, awesome commander. Very, very fun to play. All right, number 3. We're getting to the top 3 now, so some very, very powerful cards here. We have Marauding Raptor. Marauding Raptor is a very, very good dinosaur. Even besides the fact, you know, that it's very high dinosaur synergy, it's still just a really, really great creature. The way I like to look at it is it's an aggressive mana dork, essentially. And then if you're playing dinosaurs, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So, Marauding Raptor, fantastic card. Hasn't seen a lot of play outside of Commander. It's seen a little bit of Pioneer play. Obviously, Modern is going to be really, really tough for it. But Marauding Raptor is a very, very good card. I would say in terms of dinosaurs that cost under 4 to 5 mana, I think Marauding Raptor is actually the best of the bunch. So, it's very, very fantastic card, and personally one of my favorite dinosaurs just to play in general, and it synergizes extremely well with all of the enraged dinosaurs. You can technically go infinite with Polyraptor, because you make a copy of Polyraptor, another one enters, Marauding Raptor triggers, you make another Polyraptor, and then if you have like a War Storm Surge or an Impact Tremors in play, then you just win the game. So, Marauding Raptor, very, very fantastic dinosaur. Number 2, we have number 2 is Karuga the Macro Sage. So it's kind of weird with Karuga. So Karuga is not good because it is a dinosaur. It is good because it is a companion. And companions are very, very powerful. It's arguably the most powerful mechanic in the entire game. Karuga is a very, very good card in a number of formats. Sees a lot of play in Pioneer, sees a lot of play in Modern, just because you get to draw the cards. You get to draw a bunch of cards when you control permanents with CMC3 or greater when it enters, which is just absolutely fantastic. In Commander, it's pretty solid. It's harder to play it as a companion in your Commander deck, but just putting it in the actual 99 itself is very, very good. You know, with all the different enchantments and mana rocks and big creatures that people play. If you're playing a Simic ramp deck, Karuga is absolutely fantastic in a deck like that. So, Karuga is number 2 on our list. So, number 1, I'm sure most, dinosaur fanatics can probably figure out what is number 1 on our list, and that card is Regisaur Alpha. Regisaur Alpha is the perfect dinosaur card for so many different reasons. 4/4 for 5. Other dinosaurs you control have haste, which is extremely relevant for us. And when it enters the battlefield, we get a 3/3 green dinosaur creature token with trample, and then that token obviously gets haste with the Regisaur Alpha. Regisaur Alpha, you're getting 7/7 power for 5 mana. 3 of it is haste. It's just absolutely fantastic. I can't say enough good things about Regisaur Alpha. Being able to give all of our other dinosaurs haste is obviously just amazing, especially with like Carnage Tyrant. and like all of our other dinosaurs that don't get haste, which most of them don't. You know, even late game, our Talis get haste, our Galtas get haste. Just being able to give our dinosaurs haste with Regisaur Alpha is just absolutely fantastic, and that's why Regisaur Alpha is #1 on the list, and why I think it is the best dinosaur in Magic overall. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching this video. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you like the list? Do you hate it? What is your personal top 10 list for dinosaurs? And also feel free to let me know in the comment section below, is there any decks that, not decks specifically, but any list that you'd like to see in terms of top 10, really anything, a specific deck in Magic, a specific creature type, anything. Just let me know in the comment section below. And on screen there is a sweet dinosaur list. If you'd like to check it out for yourself in Pioneer, I built it myself and I think it is very, very fun. Spoiler alert, a lot of the dinosaurs on this top 10 are in that deck as well, so feel free to check that out. I'd like to thank everybody for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.